We're trying to teach the rules to American fans, but how are we're still creating the rules, so how are we supposed to teach the rules?
Look, did Warriors know about this injury
from the beginning,
for them to release him?
So they might put Seth Rollins back at heel.
I think
Because
so,
I feel
yeah.
the fans are getting sick of him.
You give Dana White a job at Uber Eats because he's about to deliver. He's about to deliver the news of the century.
There's something about him, I feel, compared to his time at United, he's going to say, I enjoy my time at Al Nassr compared to any other team he's been to. I don't know.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Touchline Podcast, episode 56. Before anything, please make sure you like the video, comment down below, subscribe to our channel. And yeah, boys, what's happening?
Nothing much, man, other than almost getting arrested on the weekend. Nothing much.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I heard what happened.
Stay tuned for
Sirens are
the...
going off.
Yeah, no, it's big videos coming up, so I'm not going to announce it yet.
Yeah.
But stay tuned in February. Big videos are coming
It
up.
looks
like,
good. It does
Yeah,
look good.
I can't wait to see
Did
that
you
one.
see the video? I'll put it in the
I
drive.
haven't seen it yet.
Oh, massive pranks. It's
You saw it?
It's going to be consisting of 4 episodes, 4 big episodes. Some things that I'm doing that's out of, even what we're doing that's out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen the video, have you?
No, I haven't seen the video, but Sharbel was telling me on the phone on the weekend,
Crazy
like, what
stuff.
exactly happened. I was
Crazy
like,
stuff.
I'm like, is this bloke serious? I'm
Crazy
like,
stuff,
holy
crazy
shit,
stuff,
like,
man.
fuck.
So I wouldn't think I'd be doing that stuff, but
Yeah.
apparently I am now.
Well, I don't know how you done it, but like, at least you got some.
Where were
what's
you,
that?
Anthony?
Bro, I was out fishing.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
know, I actually,
Yeah,
I
fishing.
Yeah, fishing.
Yeah, I was fishing.
How was fishing?
Nah, it was good. Me and my mates, we caught a lot of fishes.
Did you catch Jewies?
Yeah, Jewies, silver brims as well.
Did you take them home with you?
Yeah, we did.
you cook 'em
But I
Jewies?
gave it to my mates because they wanted to put on the barbie. So
Yeah.
Jewies,
yeah.
flatheads.
Nah, there wasn't flatheads, just Jewies and silver brims. That's
Oh,
it.
that's good.
What bait
That's
were you
so-
using?
Just normal bait. We
Live
got them
worm,
from the surveys.
like squid
Oh,
or worms.
just prawns?
Yeah, the prawns. We got them from 7-Eleven.
Live worms are better.
Yeah, I think it's all the same, to be honest.
Nah, it's not. Trust me.
I feel when I don't go fishing a lot, but when I go, live worms are the all.
I remember,
Like we got last time
Prawns.
squid, and you think squid it might be more, but if you really think when you go fishing, the live worms you always catch more with them.
Yeah, you know when I never caught a fish like I caught a fish when we went deep sea. Well, that one time when I went with Paddy over to fish, I don't know where it was.
Was it Watson
Dark
Bay?
place. I think Watson's Bay. I got on video. I was like, I'm catching no fish, this and that. I'm bored and whatever. On video, I caught a fish.
Yeah.
I'm catching no fish. There is no luck. Oh fuck! I think we got a fish back. Hold on, guys. Update. As soon as I said that, hold on. I catch a fucking fish. What the? I'm still like, how did that happen? It's just a weird coincidence.
No, it's
but
good.
how did we get to fishing? But anyways,
I really don't know, really.
we're with a fishing pod apparently.
We should start a fishing pod.
No, I don't think so.
Patrick will love it.
We should do a
Patrick on it.
fishing vlog, I reckon.
Oh, no.
Fishing vlog, yeah.
Oh, you know how hard it is to talk about fishing and that? Oh,
Nah.
God.
But anyways, off topic now. Let's get back onto league talk. First of all, we're going to talk about the new rule. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but basically it's dropouts or kicks that go out on a full or don't make the 10 meters will no longer be penalized. Instead, the opposite team will receive the ball 10 meters out from the line of the kick and 10 meters in from the touch. So NRL basically added this because I want to bring unpredictability into the game. Personally, for me, I was reading an article about Ben Hunt. He had his thoughts on it, and he goes, personally, he doesn't like the idea because now NRL teams are going to be doing the short kicks because even if it doesn't go beyond 10 meters, they'll get there's no penalty anymore, so they'll just start from the 10-meter line.
Yeah.
When you start from a 10-meter line, Ben Hunt was saying it's easy to defend that than to kick it 40 meters and then have that space where the opposition runs. So he's basically saying that when you defend from the 10-meter line, it's way easier. So in a way, he's dissing the rule that it's not a good decision to put that out there.
An advantage for the other team defending.
It's not only line dropouts; it's even kickoffs.
Kickoffs,
Yeah.
Even that too. It's just it's they're aiming to create more unpredictability to the game for NRL, and look, they're going to achieve that. Looking back at the 2023 grand final, that would have changed the game.
Yeah.
Cleary gets that 2-point field goal.
Exactly.
You know, so in a way, it is adding to the unpredictability. But I don't know if I like this rule. If I don't like this rule,
I don't like it either, but I think it's like an easy shortcut, like literally a shortcut. Because I remember, like, the days back in 40 days, they used to kick it long wise,
Always,
like, you know, 40, 50 metres out, or
miss
even
that.
60 metres out too.
I miss that type of like normal
Yeah.
dropouts in the game.
But now I've noticed that the last few years, like everyone's been doing the
Especially
short
last year,
kicks, like
yeah.
especially goal line dropouts, even like kicking off the field too. I don't understand why they're doing that now. Like I think it's like how I
Again,
just
to
said it,
create
like-
the unpredictability in the game.
Oh, we don't know if they're. But if you think about it now,
Yeah.
it's become predictable.
Because
What do you mean?
Because now
but-
you know,
yeah.
last season, you know, they're gonna for sure do the short kick.
Yeah, but it's
But is
it's-
it like
yeah, I
the
know what you
easiest
mean.
way to get it out of it, or you just rather kick it long and then?
I don't know if I like the rule. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm
No,
stuck in
I've got to
between.
disagree with the
I don't
rules.
I'm stuck
to be
in
honest.
between about it. But
I have to disagree on it because
now,
I don't like it.
now a lot of teams are going to go for that short drop
Short
out.
drop.
I think maybe the
Yeah.
players will probably agree, but I think the fans probably disagree on it.
Well, some players, like as I said, Ben Hardy
Yeah.
say he disagreed with it.
Well, there
Shane
you go.
Flanagan disagreed with it. So
It's a
and-
chance at 6 points.
Yeah, it is, and surprisingly now that's the only rule they made. Like last season, there was a few rule changes.
Yeah.
But this year it doesn't look
I
like they
thought
added
it's
any,
quite
any other.
pointless to be honest.
It's just something that's just
Yeah.
there's no
just
meaning
add
to
a
it.
rule, yeah.
It's just, they need to add a rule. They can't go heading into a season without a rule because
Yeah.
we know the NRL probably know that there's rules in there that should be existing. There's rules in there
Yeah.
that shouldn't be there. So they had to put something into the game to say, okay, we've got a rule in
I
there.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if it would this was to only last a year.
Yeah,
Or even a few months, probably.
I think
don't
this will
know.
last. I think this will last.
You reckon it would last?
Yeah. But it's crazy to me how we're heading to NRL Vegas
Yeah.
and we're still changing rules. Like we don't even
It's
know the
just
rules.
so
We're
dumb.
trying to teach the rules
Yeah.
to American fans, but how are we're still creating the rules. So how are we supposed to teach the rules?
Look, I think
You know what I mean?
I think all sports, like they've changed their rules and their own like policies, whatever it is. I've noticed that now. I think it's just making it more safer for every
with
individual.
the NRL, it's a constant change
Yeah.
of rules. It's I don't like it. No fan likes it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I prefer the old school rules
Yeah.
that was the best back in the days, but now, like since everything is like changing around,
But yeah,
it's just making it more safe, like how I said, for every player on the field. So I don't know. It's very frustrating and it's a bit confusing for us fans. So I don't understand
There's
why
probably
they're.
pros and cons in this.
We'll see
Yeah,
what happens. But
Yeah.
anyways, moving on. Cooper Johns, the son of Matty Johns, retires from footy to join Kyle and Jackie O show. You know what the Kyle and Jackie O
Yeah,
show
yeah,
is?
yeah.
That Kiss?
The
Is that
radio
Kiss?
show.
yeah.
But anyways, so this is what Matty Johns said to Kyle. He's like, don't let my son get screwed. You really want him to quit footy? It's got to be worth his while.
Yeah.
So you can
He's not
tell
happy.
Matty Johns is not happy
Yeah.
about the
but,
decision.
but how old is this bloke? Like Cooper Johns.
He's still young, like
He's still
20.
young.
But why would he go retire and go straight to the
Look,
radio
he
show?
ran a
Like, makes-
podcast with the Matty Johns podcast
Yeah.
or something with his, I think, mum too.
Yeah.
So you can tell there's a bit of talent in him, and he probably saw that. So then Cooper Johns is like, why would I risk my life playing rugby league where I could get brain damage later, or I can, make a career for myself at a radio station? Look, fair play to him.
Yeah.
He's a good player, but I didn't really see.
Maybe he
that
saw, maybe
I haven't seen
maybe
nothing in him,
Maybe
like,
he
to be
even
honest.
saw, maybe I can't make a career out of this.
Yeah.
And maybe go out early. And look, his dad, you could understand why he's frustrated because you always want your son to follow what you did.
Yeah,
Of course.
And plus,
Especially
he
in
comes from his family, Angel Johns, Matty Johns.
Yeah.
So a
Absolutely.
family that's well known in the sport and
But-
they're great performers.
Yeah, but could you see that in him? Could you see the Johns bloodline, like the Johns greatness in?
Look,
his
I think
ball play?
it was about, for me. It's about finding that right club for him.
Yeah.
Like Manly, he did play a few games, but still, it's about getting that season where he just clicks and then that's it.
Yeah.
All you need is that season to click, and you'll start to perform every single year.
Even like if he did play for Newcastle, I think that's when it will click in like straight away
Andrew Johns and
because
Matt
of his
Johns from
dad
there.
and his uncle Andrew. Yeah,
He
so
probably supported them as a kid too,
of course
because
it-
of his father.
it's in their blood.
I just feel maybe he's still young and
Yeah.
again at an age where you're chopping and changing teams. At a young age where you want to have a club where you're in it and then you can just build on that. But again, I feel that's affected him because he's went to Melbourne, Manly. So I feel he hasn't had that solid, position that he's starting. So again,
Yeah.
that probably affected him. But yeah, look, he's
You-
trying a new
But he's
career
great at what he
yeah.
does. Great.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch the way he conducts himself during those podcasts, he's fit for the job.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I always said, I even saying to myself, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is his career later.
Yeah.
Look, it happened.
But
Like-
let's see how long it's gonna last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we'll
gotta
see.
see that.
That's another question. He
Who
might
knows?
return
Like,
back.
he might get a role in like Fox League or something.
Yeah.
He's well
He
spoken.
can, or
person.
even on the radio as well for the Triple M NRL as
So
well.
there's a lot of options for him.
Yeah.
Look, I reckon give him the year. Of course, he's going to assess how he goes in the radio show.
Yeah.
If not, I'm pretty sure he'll return back to the competition and a club will sign him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
exactly.
everyone's looking for a number 6 and all that. So what's good, he's got a security knowing that, okay, if this doesn't work out, I can probably get a club back in the NRL. So his NRL days are not over.
No, he's still got a long way to go.
He's still trying this. He's going to try this out. As Bill said, if it works out, in which probably most likely will, because he is good in what he does on the podcast. But if it does work out, good. I mean, if not, for sure, any NRL club would.
Moving now onto the Brisbane Broncos. Kevin Walters has stated that there will be they will not add curfews during their time in Vegas.
Yeah, so
I reckon they should.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think they should.
I agree with that.
I think they should.
Yeah, because they don't want to go out of balance and like.
No, but he's not adding.
No, he's not adding.
He's not adding curfews.
So he's not.
I think they have to. I think every NRL player should be like safe with their clubs and their management and all that stuff. I think they all should like be together and not doing anything like wrong, physical or stupid. Anything like in Vegas, because one little mistake
could cost them.
It's going to cost their career. They're going to cost their family's life.
Their club.
Not only that,
and their club too.
The club season too.
Yeah.
If Walsh does something silly, there goes the Broncos season. Yeah. So if they set some rule for the players when they head into Vegas, it's going to make sure the players don't do anything silly. I think it's a perfect way for. Don't ruin the reputation of the competition.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
I feel maybe not about giving them a curfew, but restricting them from things to do.
Yeah, like nightclubs.
Banning them from nightclubs.
Yeah.
Banning them from casinos.
Yes.
But again, no curfew. So they can stay up as much as they want, but they're banned from these.
But
Samuel.
Samuel.
They get in trouble.
That's Vegas.
Every
single street has got a nightclub. Every single street has got a
Of course,
they
I know
have their
that.
own time on when and the competition's finished, they have their time to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
But this is like now business.
It's not a vacation.
It's not a vacation. It's like business.
It's about competing and doing their job properly, you know, and getting the results on the field.
It's time to have your break, time to go holiday, Vegas, go casino, nightclub. But when it's business, you're getting paid for it. You don't do
and exactly that. It's like there's an off season for a reason. And during the off season, 100%. You go to Vegas, you do all these things.
You're talking round one and you're playing in Vegas in front of the American fans too. But if you're going to do one little stupid thing, trust me, Kev is going to regret this decision. He's going to have Reece Walsh. Well, I'm going to that kid's going to get unleashed.
Yeah, you reckon he's just saying that, but maybe they have.
No.
But I think the NRL CEO, Andrew Abdo, is it? I think he should tell them about the policy, the regulations, and all that stuff.
I think they'd be very lucky if nothing happens.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
I'll buy a lottery ticket.
I hope no one doesn't get in trouble. I hope no one doesn't get in trouble. But if one person does a mistake, that's going to cost them. Every individual.
There's a player in one of those clubs that's going to do something.
It's always that one person.
Something bad's going to come out of it. And
exactly. But like I'm just saying, for example, if one of us were in the club, right, and going to Vegas to play, and you're embarrassing yourself, what's going to happen then? Imagine you put your mindset and saying like, after the game, I'm probably going to do whatever I want. Or I'm going to go to the poker machine or go into a strip club or something. And then you think back after it, you're then going to say like, I wish I didn't do this. I wish I didn't do that. And then I'll get arrested. And then that's going to affect the NRL and the bloody clubs as well. That's going to be...
And then you get fined by
There's a lot of things. This is why the coaches, they should tell them, and even the bigger management in the club saying the players should not do this, not do that. I think that's a good move for that.
These coaches should treat them like kids because some of them act like kids. They do silly mistakes. We've seen that for many players. I don't think they're going Vegas and there's no rules or regulations placed on them. 100%. There's no way they're going to go there and allow the players to do whatever they want. There's no chance. I wouldn't
do that. I wouldn't.
They're trying to grow the business, the competition, the business.
Yeah.
So if they have anything bad happening from one of these players, it's going to ruin the reputation of the game.
And first of all, your contract is on the line too, and your money and your family.
You lose everything.
A lot of things involved.
Yeah.
That's why you got to be aware.
Well, you're lucky Cameron Munster's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
who was with him on the Brendan Smith?
No,
he's there. He's there.
Roosters are in it.
Roosters, Souths, Brisbane, and Manly.
You never know. Maybe
from those four teams, Broncos, of course, I think Walsh is that person to maybe.
I think it will.
Roosters, Brendan Smith.
Brendan Smith probably.
We got Manly.
Maybe he won't be as bad as
I don't
Reece
think
Walsh.
Manly have any.
Manly got.
I think not much.
Not Cherry Evans.
Because majority of them, they're all like...
He's too old, too mature.
Too old.
Yeah, I think they're all... But I think it's going to be Reece Walsh for sure. Reece Walsh is probably
talking about every club.
What player from Manly would do something silly?
It'll be one of the young guns.
It'll be the young ones.
Maybe
the
like
back
Kula or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Saab?
I'm just saying.
Jason Saab, yeah.
Oh, no, Jason Saab's a bit more mature now. Like I think.
And who else? One more club.
Rabbitohs.
No, I think none of them probably.
Trill.
Yeah,
maybe.
Jack Wyden, nah. Jack Wyden's clean.
I mean, Jack Wyden, he's had fair few.
He had a few.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, look, there's a few names you could pick out, but yeah, I think they should be adding curfews. Just
I think they should.
Restrict.
Did you agree on that, Bill? Like, you reckon they should have curfews?
I reckon they should have curfews.
I think they should.
Anyways, did you guys see that Adam Reynolds has picked up an injury?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was yesterday. Yeah,
yesterday. Sorry,
just an ankle injury. But yeah, look, they're not sure if it's a big concern or a small concern. But
how the video?
I've seen the video of him limping off.
He actually just sprayed his ankle, so it's not that.
It looked worrying a bit. The way he was limping off.
Yeah.
And the trainers were helping him get off the field. So how important is Adam Reynolds to the team? Especially this year.
He got him into the grand final.
Of course.
So without him, is Walsh enough for them to go into
Walsh is a fullback.
You need a 7. I know you need a 7, 100%. But we talked about how important Walsh was last year. Yeah. Like, I believe even if Reynolds wasn't there, Reynolds was injured in a couple months. And Walsh was still performing.
Last season,
So is he that important, or they can do without Adam
It goes
Reynolds?
hand in hand. It goes 50-50. Walsh is a very big asset to the team. So is Reynolds. But you take Reynolds out of the equation. We've seen it with Walsh, how we dealt with that earlier last year. But look, the big question is, will Walsh have the same season he had in 23? If he doesn't step up to the plate, and Reynolds is gone, finals hopes are gone for the Broncos.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he might just be out just for 1 game or 2 games, just to be like extra cautious on his ankle, and then he'll return like straight away. It'll take him a bit of time, but I don't think it's that.
Just an ankle injury.
Yeah, I think it's just that ankle. It's a minor.
He really couldn't walk on it.
Yeah, I know he was limping. I saw the video. He was limping bad, like really bad.
He's getting old now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more injuries down the line this season. Already started, and the season hasn't started. So, as Shabor said, I think there were many times where he was injured and they still managed. Everyone was saying, can they do it without Reynolds? Are they going to win? And they won. But if Adam Reynolds and Walsh are in the game, then that's when you've got to be worried, because 2 of the best players are out. So I don't think they'll struggle without Reynolds. But if it's Reynolds out for a long period, then I think they do. But if it's Reynolds out for like 2 games, I think they can cope with it.
Yeah, I think they will cope.
Yeah.
They'll win the first 2 games for sure, Brisbane, of course.
They still got a solid
They'll
team.
make on top for sure.
They've got a solid team. They've got a tough run at the start. I'm not sure if they have a good replacement if Reynolds was to have a long-term injury.
But who's going to replace him?
It's only an ankle injury.
No, I'm saying, if he has a major injury during the season, I don't think they have the best halfback replacement.
Yeah, exactly.
So look, Reynolds going to be cautious. I think they're going to now probably take it easy on him. Just let him rest.
They've still got time.
Slight training, and then see how it comes.
They still got time before the season starts anyway. So
but anyways,
like 6, 7 weeks, I think.
Like
anyways, let's talk about the love triangle between Ronald Volkman, the Dragons, and the Warriors. This is interesting. So for those of you who don't know, Ronald Volkman got injured at the Warriors, and then Dragons signed him. And then, I don't know, it was the cooling off period or something to do with that. And then, long story short, Dragons get rid of him, but they don't want to pay for his $50,000 shoulder injury that he has. So they cut him from the team. Yeah. And then now, this is what Shane Flanagan said. He said he injured himself at the Warriors. We're not pointing the finger at anyone. So basically, he's pointing the finger at Warriors. And he's saying we're not paying for it. The Warriors should be paying for it. What do you think about this, man?
Look, quickly, so I've got something here. It says St. George announced the arrival of their new 5'8" on the club officials' website, while also sharing images of the new signing, Volkman. However, after medical examination in the middle of preseason, it was revealed that Volkman required season-ending shoulder surgery, putting an end to his Red V dreams. So, Warriors are to blame because I think... No, I think no club out now. I think Warriors are to blame because I'm pretty sure 100% they knew he was injured. So I think that's why they got him easily sent to Dragons. They released him. So I think, in a way, it's 50-50. You could say Dragons have to pay because they've signed the contract, and because they knew he's injured, they released him, so they don't have to pay.
I feel like it's a coincidence, but why would Sean Johnson's injured, isn't he? Isn't he in a boot now? Aren't they paying for his? I mean, it's not as big as a shoulder injury, probably. As in, like, they will be able to pay $50,000 if they want.
Still, like $50,000, it's still a lot.
It's still a lot, but then they're not going to sack a player over an injury.
Like you never know, man. Like,
but look, he got the scans at the Dragons.
Dragons
got in the scans. Yeah. I think where they should not have. But they should. I reckon the Dragons should pay for his should pay for his surgery.
I think they
Because
should.
to do a player like that, you sign a player for a reason. You can't pay for his surgery and have a bit of belief in the player that, you know what, we'll pay for his surgery. All right, he's going to be on the sidelines for a while, and I get it. It's a business where you want to invest money into a player that will deliver.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you sign that player for that reason. If you truly believe in him, you pay for his surgery, and you know.
Yeah.
When he's fit, you bring him into the team. It shows a bit of belief.
Yeah, they might investigate into this. Because they might see, did Warriors know about this injury
from the
for
beginning,
them to release it? So
I
they're
don't
going to
think so.
check about it.
Yeah.
But if it's not, then I think Dragons, it's their fault. They signed the player, and that's
what-
their player have to do with.
that's
They have
what
to
you
pay
gotta-
the money.
Like you got to think about it, because how have Warriors not known they had an injury? Volkman for sure would have known he had an injury,
100, yeah.
and I feel Dragons would have not known. Like, it's confusing.
What if
It's
what if
confusing and
happens?
it makes no sense too.
The trainers at the club
And medicals would have been failed.
physios, everyone would know there's an injury in this player, and also the medical would have failed before he joined, so he would have had to gone back to Warriors. So there's something in this that doesn't match. I think the NRL might have to investigate
What
it.
if- yeah.
Because something doesn't match up.
Dragons will take it to
But
court.
what if this happened? What if
The judiciary.
he got signed by the Dragons? Maybe his last day of training at the Warriors gets injured, then scoots off to the Dragons, and then the story is that the Warriors knew about it when they really didn't know about it.
Look,
You know what I mean?
it could be
Maybe it happened after he got signed.
Yeah, it could
There's
be.
so many
Maybe he
absolute.
got injured at the Dragons.
possible
Maybe-
outcomes.
maybe
It could be a
they're
big
putting
misunderstanding and a big coincidence.
Like you think it's just a coincidence?
I think it's a
So
coincidence.
no
That's
one
why-
to blame. Like just.
I feel like
so
just
who pays
it's a bit of a grey area.
Who pays the money?
I truly think Dragons should.
Do they pay split it?
Look, to settle
Maybe
it,
split it.
if they really don't know who to
Split.
pay or who pays, you got to split it.
Yeah. What about
25
you?
grand
I
each,
feel the
at
only
least.
person that would know is Volkman. He
Yeah.
would know when he was
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah.
Because again, you know your body, you know when you're not fit, you know when you pick.
Like he should open up and say it.
Yeah, so look.
But
that's
I
what
think
said.
he's hidden it. That's
They
why.
need to investigate it because again,
There's no
Warriors'
final
word
answer.
against Dragons' word. They're going to say, no, it was you that had the injury. Warriors are going to say, no, we didn't have any injuries when he was with us. He came
Yeah.
to you, then he picked up an injury. So again, I think further investigation is probably needed to finally find like a resolution to this. If not, as Shabor said, I think the best thing is probably split payment, but that's if they'd agree to that too. So
If they do agree on that, then we'll see what happens.
it's going to be
So you reckon
interesting.
split as well?
I think they should.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
As I said, I think split. But again, I feel at the end of the day, one party is going to be paying for it.
Yeah.
But we don't know who.
Anyways, that's a wrap to league talk. Moving on to some wrestle talk. Now, breaking news, as we know, Seth Rollins is injured. And now there's no full answer what's going to happen at WrestleMania now, at Royal Rumble, what's happening with CM Punk's storyline with him. What do you think is going to happen, Anthony, with this one?
Well, they're saying that tomorrow that he's going to be he's going to
Monday Night Raw.
Huh?
On Raw, yeah?
Yeah, so on Monday Night Raw, they're actually he's gonna announce to say like the
gonna
update
relinquish.
of his condition, like to see what's gonna happen if he's gonna relinquish, or they put like an interim world championship. I think Triple H should put like an interim title.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think they should, because it reminds me of AEW. I don't know if you remember when John Moxley was the interim world
Okay,
title, a champion, sorry,
Yeah.
before Punk, because Punk took the champion and didn't come back.
Yeah.
But because with Seth Rollins' injury, I think he's torn his ACL. MCL, sorry, yeah.
So he doesn't know if it requires surgery
Yeah.
yet. We don't know.
Look, I read the info, but they said that he might be out. And he might miss out Mania and stuff. I don't know.
They're saying 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is nothing. Really.
not like
It's
that.
that to what?
So,
to the
yeah,
elimination
yeah.
chamber. So hopefully that's best
be
case
fit to
scenario.
WrestleMania.
Worst case scenario is him missing out
That's
Mania
right,
and CM Punk not getting that main event spot. There's two parties involved in this, really.
There's a lot involved, like,
This affects
literally.
WWE big time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
money wise, everyone's going to be wanting to watch CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, as I said, Seth Rollins with his injury,
The wrestlers are cheering, but Drew McIntyre and that.
because they get a chance.
They get a chance to win
But
it.
again, I feel with Seth Rollins, I think, as I said, I think it's a big miss.
Yeah.
If he's injured and he's missing all those pay-per-view, it's gonna be a big blow to WWE because again, he's part of their massive storyline.
I'm spewing that he's not
Will
going to come
will
Perth.
WWE, have to make do with the situation and put that vacant title at the Royal Rumble?
Well,
Their fighters-
that's what they said on the.
I reckon, like you said, if it's surgery, they have to.
I think they should.
To like
Because
get the
whoever
title.
wins the Rumble, they're going to be crowned as
And
the
there's
world
no way,
heavyweight.
but look, if it's 6 weeks, he can keep that title.
He can,
It's only
yeah.
6 weeks.
But Roman's
But-
out for
but
like
the
4
issue
weeks.
is the issue
Yeah.
is the USA Network brought this title in.
Yeah.
simply because
For that reason.
they want an active champion on Raw.
Exactly.
So if Seth Rollins takes the championship and is on the sidelines, there's no active champion. And so I don't think
Roman's up and down.
I really don't think it takes the title.
I don't think he should
I
take
think
it.
it's gonna they're gonna fight for this belt. Someone's gonna win it, and then it's gonna
CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, maybe
comes back, he'll probably pick up and get.
He'll get it back either way. But because when you talk about MCL, that's like the worst injury.
ACL is it?
ACL. I'm so confused about it. But because like I'm saying, the past wrestlers that have had it, like Triple H had it a few times. He had it like 3 times
back
actually.
in the days.
Back in the days,
even he's had it multiple times.
He's had it multiple times, and he was out for like nearly 12 months, 18 months. It's the hardest thing like to ever go through, and especially with recovery and like therapy and all that stuff. Because after when Rollins like go through that stage, he's going to be. I reckon he might be out for 6 months to a year. No one knows.
We'll see what he says tomorrow. But
you know, CM Punk came back for one reason to be a world champion.
That's what I'm saying. It affects 2 parties.
Exactly.
Actually, 3 parties: the WWE, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk.
Yeah.
But I'm saying all right, say the belt is vacated, CM Punk wins the belt. Surely it goes to CM Punk. It wouldn't go to anyone else.
Of course.
CM Punk takes the belt, and look, say it is 6 weeks. Seth Rollins comes back, and then
he'll challenge him for the world heavyweight. Absolutely.
It has to be 6 weeks. It can't be more than 6 weeks. 6 weeks or less, it has to be for Seth Rollins. If it's over 6 weeks, every single plan WWE has between CM Punk and Seth Rollins will go out the window.
We'll have to find out tomorrow anyway.
Because
so
again, you got Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania. If he's missing those 3, you got to relinquish the belt from him, because again, you need Roman's belt and you need Seth's belt for WrestleMania.
But what happens to CM Punk? CM Punk, he wants to be that main eventer.
Yeah.
He wants to be that the big name in the company.
Of course.
He wants to be the face.
Yeah.
You take Seth Rollins out of the
Who's
picture.
gonna verse him?
This bloke is going to get mad again.
Maybe
Of course.
He's going to go crazy.
But you know, Punk is like he's actually training his ass out.
But
you know that?
he might not get angry because this is something that happened out of the
it's
not like WWE said, "Oh, we don't want you to verse him anymore."
But if you know CM Punk,
CM Punk, that's
he's very impatient. Very, very impatient.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what the scenario is. The bloke has to get his way.
Imagine he gets sacked.
Who?
CM Punk.
I don't think so.
I'm honestly
I don't think so.
We're not going to see Seth at Elimination Chamber. I'm so pissed.
Yeah.
No, look,
we're going to see The Rock, man. Get out of here. We're going to see The Rock.
You're going to see Punk, Orton, The Rock. Everyone's going to be there.
Punk in itself is a W.
I love Seth.
You know what?
Seth is good.
You know what? I'm actually looking forward to the Elimination Chamber event, like especially the Elimination Chamber match, bro. There's going to be carnage, like literally.
Let's move on to another championship wrestler, Logan Paul. He's of course gonna verse Kevin Owens. Do you reckon he's gonna retain that belt?
Look, last week we spoke about predictability.
Yeah.
This one's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens
could go either way.
I feel Logan Paul can win it. So I haven't wrapped my head around a person I think's a wrestler I think's gonna win it. This is I don't know.
Personally, I've always said that Big E will return to either win this belt or Gunther's belt. Intercontinental champion. That's why I say Big E suits those 2 belts, and I think he'll return to either beat Logan or beat Gunther for the belt. Who do you reckon? Because Royal Rumble's coming, he's gonna be there. I reckon Big E's returning.
Look, I do
has to return. That's what I'm saying.
Who?
Big E. He'll return at Royal Rumble.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But for this match with Logan Paul and Kevin Owens, it's very hard. But I understand why Kevin Owens fighting that opportunity to get that title back, because bro, he's a fighting champion, bro. Well, I remember when he was a US champion back in 2015, 2016, he was defending it. He was actually defending it. When I saw Logan Paul coming into WWE, I'm like, is this bloke going to be defending it, or he's just laid back and talking on the podcast and, you know, like talking trash and all that stuff? When you come to WWE, when you become a champion, you have to defend. You have to defend to be the best. If you're not the best, don't waste your time.
And
Kevin Owens is proving a lot too.
Logan Paul has proved it too.
I know he is.
Why he can contend for the title.
Yeah,
he's proved it many times.
Yeah, I know.
Many great moments. Look, he faced one of the greatest to ever do it, Roman Reigns.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying like bad things about it. Like, I know he's a good technical wrestler, Logan Paul. Like, he's actually stepped up. But Kevin Owens has more experience than him, bro. He's been in the game for Kevin Owens. Yeah, he's been in the game more than him.
If I was to choose one, I feel Logan wins this one.
I think he will retain it because apparently, when it comes to Elimination Chamber, they said that Grayson Waller is actually going to be stepping up to face Logan Paul. Actually,
of course, it's in Australia too.
So he could win the title.
They want him to verse a heel because
he's going to go babyface apparently.
They want him to verse a heel
Logan Paul because Australia's going to be behind Grayson Waller because he's
right.
Australian. So, yeah, I'm saying Logan Paul edges.
Have you noticed on the shows, he's been setting the matches for Austin Theory?
Yeah.
So, he, like you said, maybe Austin Theory is the one that gets him in a match. And then, of course, Babyface versus Logan Paul. You never know.
I was watching an Instagram post from WWE, and he goes, I was watching the Volkanovski match at Perth, and the feeling of
his Waller?
Yeah. The feeling of Australians supporting him, he goes, he wanted that. So he's not going to go to Australia and like
get booed and all that stuff.
You know, when he's in America, he's trash talking all the fans. He goes, I'm going to go there and just love everyone there.
Of course.
He wants to be babyface there.
Look, whenever like someone part of an organization, like whether it's UFC, WWE, goes to their home country, no matter if you're loved or you're hated, even if it's WWE, whether you're heel or your face, we all know it's a character. At the end of the day, they're always going to get behind him.
Some people saying, "Oh, it's staged," but it was legit.
That didn't look staged.
No, it didn't look staged at all.
And he's like, "This is not no fake punch." It's like, "I'm going to hit you."
Yeah. And you know what?
And then the reporters try to downplay it and be like, "Oh no, we can't disrespect our guests."
Yeah, but you know what? The mainstream media, they're just like too soft. Like,
it's always Australian media.
I know.
That's what I noticed.
They're the worst.
They're always pissing off celebrities. Even their home boy, they're pissing off.
Yeah, and LA,
I don't believe it.
There, like, what's going on?
Because he's the face.
Yeah.
Usually when you're the face and you're met with like
you're on the top of the game with
when you're met with controversy like that, you gotta stay calm.
Yeah,
but since he's a heel, he can say that and play it off as if it was his character.
Look, I like Grayson Waller. He's actually
he's good.
He's actually stepped up. He's gone better.
Growing, he's getting better, and the way he talks, he's a good talker. He knows how to.
You can see how he's developed. When he first came, I didn't really like him.
Yeah.
But I think as the months went by, I'm really starting to like him, and he's really developing as a wrestler.
Even
not only as a wrestler, but his promoting skills, promo skills, whatever.
Yeah.
But
this is why we need more Australian wrestlers to come to WWE.
We've got 3 already.
Oh no, we got 4 actually.
Who?
You got Bronson Reed, Rhea Ripley, Grayson Waller, and Indy Hartwell as well. You forgot about Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
I
was saying Rhea Ripley, like,
everyone likes her.
She's like good now. Everyone's cheering for her in America. So imagine when she comes back to Perth. So everyone's gonna be.
You know what? She's actually killing it. Like honestly, Rhea Ripley is actually killing the game, and I'm telling you. She's gonna later on when she retires, later on in the future, she's gonna be like one of the best Aussie wrestlers
she's better than
of all
Charlotte
time.
Flair and Bianca Belair.
I think she's
Rhea
better.
Ripley is really good.
Last year, she proved a lot, winning the Rumble, winning the championship at WrestleMania.
She was
and now
number
defending
1 to
as well
30 in Royal Rumble.
Exactly.
She lasted throughout the whole fight.
Exactly, and now she's in a faction with Judgment Day. Like she's actually, her role is actually the best role right now, more than Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
I think I've noticed that Finn Balor and Damian Priest are a bit laid more back, but I think Rhea Ripley's a bit of a leader. I would say.
You know,
that makes sense.
On them two, they're not defending their titles.
Not really.
They're very boring tag team champions. I've noticed that, like. Then they're not doing anything. Like, if you look at
I've noticed it now because I think Triple H is.
There's a storyline coming for them.
There is a big storyline coming up, but Triple H said that he's actually going to split the titles. But I heard rumors are saying that they're going to bring back the old championship back, like the World Tag Team and WWE. I've said it multiple times on the podcast. So if Triple H does it, I hope he actually brings back the old championship belts, like the
trust him.
World Tag. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
He's doing anything.
He'll do anything. I think after McMahon left. He hasn't done nothing lately, but I think Triple H comes with good ideas, good opinions and all that stuff. I think he's actually getting WWE more better.
Well, Raw Rumbles this week, we're all looking forward to it. Raw Rumble's always that one event where it's probably up there, like you just can't wait. Sometimes you get more excited of the Raw Rumble match than WrestleMania. Sometimes I feel that. I don't know why, But anyways, final thing for Wrestle Talk, we're gonna go through each one. Which wrestlers need either a babyface or heel turn in 2024?
I'm going to start off. It's on the tip of my tongue, CM Punk. Surely you turn this guy heel.
Yeah,
I can't see CM Punk as a babyface. I really can't.
Yeah, I was going to say
he doesn't suit a bill.
Like, you're talking about pipe bomb CM Punk. I want that back. I want that bloke to just rip into the fans, rip into these wrestlers, and just do what he does best. Be the big heel of the company.
Yeah, and when he was heel, his promos were
I can't do with the I love you guys. I can't do
like
it.
that.
I
hate it.
It's really cringy. It's cringy. Even outside the ring, he's a heel. As in, like, we always hear stories about him and pissing off wrestlers and management. That's his character.
Yeah.
I wonder when they're gonna turn him heel.
So who's your babyface?
Well, once he gets comfortable in WWE.
Who's your babyface? For this
babyface? I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
I was thinking that in my head.
Yeah, she has to.
Yeah.
Well,
look, for me...
So leave the judgment day.
Yeah. Essentially.
For me, this is if CM Punk and Seth Rollins, their whole beef ended, I'd put Seth Rollins back at heel.
I think
because
so,
I feel
yeah.
the fans are getting sick of him. There's a lot of, there's a few fans that have been booing him lately.
Yeah, I've noticed
sick
it
of his
too.
storyline with defending the title. Personally, for me, that's what a champion should do. So I don't know why. I get it might be boring, but when you have Roman not defending, you need someone defending his one. So I personally put Seth Rollins heel. I think he needs a change a bit.
Yeah.
I think he just needs that change in his storyline too, just to give the fans something new. They're going to, look at him now. This is the Seth we want. Because I feel lately he's been babyface for a while now, and I think a heel would be a good chance for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
For face, I was thinking a while for this one, but I don't know if you'd agree, but I was saying Bobby Lashley. Because I know
Heel face?
No, face.
Oh, face.
Babyface, yeah.
Babyface.
Right now, he's not babyface, he's heel, but I think I'd like to see him back babyface.
Yeah, well,
Just-
I think they're actually putting him back into babyface. Him and
I think slowly he's starting
they
to get
are.
there. Because, with the Street Profits, always, they've been saying a few things, acting tough and all
yeah,
that.
they are.
But I think Bobby Lashley, I'd get him back babyface.
I was going to say heel face Bobby Lashley.
Because
He's not really...
It doesn't suit him.
I feel there's not
It
a,
doesn't-
there's
you
not
know-
a definite one.
Yeah, I know,
between
but
Yeah,
Bobby
he's
Lashley,
like
I
me.
feel.
He's in the middle right now.
I think-
yeah, but
I think
Samuel, I got to
because-
cut you off. Like, no offense, but like I remember when Bobby Lashley, when he first started in WWE back in 2006 and 7, he was a babyface.
Yeah.
Everyone loved him when he became the US champion, ECW World Heavyweight Champion as well. Everyone loved him. So that's why I think
He needs
Bobby
a
Lashley will be a babyface
Yeah.
this whole year, and I know he's going to get the Street Profits like back on the tag team championship back,
called out Roman
and he will
once
be
back
world
now.
champion as well.
Yeah.
Because I did like the heel face back in COVID days. Him and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that was actually good. The Hurt
enjoyed
Business,
it.
I remember.
Yeah,
Business, yeah.
MVP.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind if Bobby Lashley was to return as heel face. Baby face. Maybe I bring back Finn Balor.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Finn
bring back
Balor
the demon.
Yeah,
I
the
think
demon.
Yeah.
But he's not good as a babyface.
I think he.
No, he actually does.
He's better as a heel.
Heel is
Yeah,
good.
I think so.
I feel he's more entertaining.
Yeah.
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 With babyface,
He's more.
sometimes he gets a bit
That's
boring.
true. That's true.
He doesn't speak a lot on the mic when he's babyface. I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's not bad. Anthony.
For heel turn, nothing beats the OG Randy Orton.
So you think-
I want
Yeah.
Randy
Oh,
Orton
yeah,
to go
right,
heel
Yeah,
turn.
I agree with that.
This bloke has been a heel turn all his life.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like back in the days when he was a heel turn, everyone hated him. Everyone discriminated him. Even like off camera as well, he used to hate everyone. Like in general, he didn't want anyone around him. So that's why I've always been a fan of Randy Orton. Like the last 20 years.
Do you remember that interview you had with some guy? He goes, "Say it to my face." He took the mic off him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
that.
And he was pissed off.
Yeah, he had trouble outside the ring.
Yeah, he had a lot of trouble, like with family, divorce, and there was a lot of things involved.
He had a big ego, big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
Look,
actually
he was
did.
the youngest heavyweight champion at the time.
When he was in
You know what I mean?
Evolution,
He
I
had a
remember.
He had a big chip on his shoulder and
Yeah.
he caused trouble. And look, throughout his career, he's been the heel. He's been the big heel of the company, especially when Cena was there. It was the babyface versus heel
Yeah.
between
Face.
Orton and Cena. But can you do it now in 2024? I don't think
know,
so.
but-
Considering he's a legend, he's an established legend. I feel it's going to be hard for the fans to boo him.
Yeah, because
Yeah. You know
what I
that's
mean?
a fair point. Yeah,
But it's a good. I'd take him heel any day of the
Yeah,
week.
of course.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
and babyface.
Babyface. I don't know. That's a tough one. I would definitely want to see AJ Styles back as babyface because he's heel right now.
Yeah.
Because he turned away from his.
On LA Knight.
No, not on LA Knight. The Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
So I do want to see him to go back in babyface. Sorry. And bro, just because him and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they came from New Japan,
Yeah.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. They came together after when they got released by their contract. So they were as heel and babyface at the same time back in 2016. You remember when he first debuted at the Rumble, bro? I remember watching it, bro. Everyone went nuts.
Yeah.
I remember like him going into Rumble, bro. I was the biggest fan of him.
Yeah.
I've been watching him since when he was in TNA.
Yeah.
This bloke has fucking experience, bro. But now I think he should be a babyface and become a world champion. I hope he goes for guns for it. So we'll see what happens. So I say AJ Styles babyface. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
yeah, league
Right,
talk's
yeah.
done.
But anyways,
Yeah, go.
that's about it for Wrestle Talk for this week. Moving on to some combat talk. All right, time for some combat talk. Anthony, UFC 297 happened over the weekend. I know you weren't a big fan of the event. What are your thoughts about the event?
To be honest, when I first started watching the prelims and that, I said, yeah, it was a bit boring to be honest. But then when it came to the main cards,
Very, very.
I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
I think that performance of every fight they had, it was just going to unanimous decision after unanimous decision.
There was a few shock factors during the event. I mean, Du Plessis won the belt, but the co-main, we'll get into it, wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But look, it was in Canada, and I don't know what the exact stat was, but there was a low percentage of Canada fighters Canadians that won the fight. Won their fights, but let's go into the first. We'll recap the main, the co-main, and the third from the main. Let's start off, Anthony.
So we had Neil Magny versus Mike Mallet, the Canadian fighter.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, Mike Mallet had 4 takedowns. I think he controlled it for 6 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah,
but he controlled the whole fight, man. I was actually happy.
He won the whole fight.
It was in front of his home crowd, front of his family.
Yeah.
I think he fought it really, really good. But then it came short to the last 10 seconds of the fight when Neil Magny just kept pounding him on the
ground
floor.
and pound. Yeah.
Ground and pound, punches after punches.
On every single judge's scorecard, he was winning that fight, Mike Malett. Dana White was thinking he won the fight. He even said it, I think, in the press conference. He's like, he couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, everyone in that arena was like, that's it. Mike Mallett's got the decision win, and including myself at home, I was like, that's it. He's won. If he waited 10 more seconds, he would have
just to wait for that little.
This is what happened. This is what happened, Anthony. This bloke has 100 at the time before he lost. Obviously, he had 100% finish. 100% finish rate, and I think he was trying to get that finish. He got a bit cocky. He underestimated Neil Magny's skills, and look, he came up short. The ground and pound is what ended the fight. In I think what round was it? Was it the last round?
Yeah, it was round 3.
It was the last round. Man, like I couldn't believe it. Neil Magny was coming off a loss against Ian Gary.
Yeah,
where he got the better of him. But I'm happy for Neil Magny. He deserved that win. He's a veteran in the game. But yeah, man,
that shocked me. Like literally shocked me. I was actually going for Mike to win, but Neil Magny had a lot of strikes too. So he actually had a bit of momentum in him, like the first few seconds, but then I think he started giving up because as soon as after the round 1, round 2, that's when he started, like, his confidence went down, and his coach was trying to push him, say, you better do something in round 3, like you need to change it up. Like,
no, exactly, man. Again, it was a shock factor fight. Co-main, the snooze fest. Raquel Pennington versus Bueno Silva. Man, what a disgrace to the UFC this fight was. What a disgrace. Like, even Dana White, I think he said something about it where he wasn't too happy. How do you have two... Raquel Pennington did enough to win the fight. Yeah. So she wins via decision in round 5. Obviously, it goes the distance. But look, I want to talk about Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva, you're contending for that title. I'm not trying to degrade what she did during camp. She must have trained her ass off. I'm not one to say anything about that. Yeah. But how do you go in a title fight with your hands behind your head, like, in a way, showing the fans that I don't even care about this fight. I've clocked out. Yeah, how do you do that in a title fight? It's a slap in the face to every contender that actually wants the belt. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts about that, Anthony?
Well, this is why, like, doing things like that, that's a big mistake like that. That's why Raquel was kicking her on the legs, and when she was putting her hands up, like, who does that?
That was the end of the fight. That was like, I couldn't believe. Is that how you're going to end the title? Like, it was for the vacant belt. No one had the belt. But how are you going to do that? That should have look, with no one having the belt, that should be like, they should have been at a standstill, throwing punches, throwing combinations, just trying to it showcases to the fans that they want it. They want it. Both of these girls, they want that title. That end of that fight showed that really Raquel Pennington wanted the title more than her. Yeah,
well, actually, like, in the press conference, she even said it. Like, I'm actually going to be the best to win the fight, like the title as well. Yeah. But when I was watching the fight yesterday, it seems like it was boring. One-sided. It was literally to Raquel Pennington. Yeah. So round 1, like, she controlled it. Like, that was a good round. Yeah. But when it came to round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, I just didn't, like, pay attention to it. Yeah. I was like,
it got boring.
To be honest with you, like, this is the first time, like, watching an actual UFC event. That was the most boringest one.
Co-main event for the title.
Co-main event for a championship fight.
For the women's.
That was the worst.
I couldn't believe it.
I think Dana White should improve
his stuff
to get someone else. I think he did stuff up, but at the same time, I think he should have replaced someone else for a different championship fight. But I just didn't. I wasn't impressed at all.
Yeah, no one wasn't impressed.
It just felt really, really down.
No one was impressed with this fight. So, but let's go to the main event. Du Plessis gets it done. Yeah. So he's taking the belt now, the middleweight belt, back to South Africa. I'm so happy for this
First ever South African middleweight champion. Yeah. So congrats to Dracus du Plessis. I think he fight really, really good, and strikes was really good. Even I got to give a big shout out to Sean Strickland as well. He actually fought really, really good. He defended his title.
Fought amazing, man.
He actually did.
They both warriors.
He's a hard hitter too. So
man, that fight was razor
yeah, that
close.
was raised on another level, to be honest.
Let's recap it. So from the get go, round one, du Plessis, you could tell all his leg kicks were getting checked by Strickland. Every combination he was trying to throw was getting blocked by Strickland. Strickland was figuring him out. Like he knew everything he was doing in the octagon. Yeah. But look, to be honest, I thought from that round one, I really thought Strickland, du Plessis wasn't going to win the fight. Yeah. But as the fight went on, man, that right hand that he was trying to stick from round one that wasn't sticking started to stick. Even though he got a swollen eye in the process, the jabs from round one from Strickland was just amazing. Just kept jabbing. They were powerful jabs too, Anthony.
Yeah, they were powerful.
So as the fight went on, we saw du Plessis get stronger. That right hand was landing, and even in the process, Strickland's eye got bloody in the process.
Yeah, they both went hard out.
And then
to be honest.
look, man.
Look, I got to give credit to both of them. Like, they put a hell of a show, and I think everyone enjoyed that main event. Yeah. To be honest, I think that main event was a performance of the night. Literally.
It got fight of the night.
That was the best. Yeah,
it did get fight of the night.
So I'm impressed, and plus the Canadian fans are actually excited about that fight as well. I think that was the only fight that was good about the whole main card.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So, it didn't make up for the event, but it made up for the event in a way.
But I wanted to ask, after Strickland losing the middleweight championship, do you think he should get his rematch clause? Like,
I want to see a rematch.
I want to see it too.
I think every fan wants to see it. People are calling this a robbery. People are saying Strickland won the fight.
Look, there was a bit of controversial for both ways that Sean Strickland did win the fight, but at the same time, after that, Dracus du Plessis just got lucky that he won the middleweight title. Yeah. Look, I don't know. That,
no, I'll tell you what. Sorry, Anthony. I'll tell you what won du Plessis the fight. Yeah. He got 6 out of 11 takedowns against Sean Strickland. No one does that against Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland has some nice defense. I think even in one round he got 2 takedowns.
Correct, I think he was only on the control time for takedown was 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Exactly, man. So from the constant pressure of du Plessis and the constant takedowns from du Plessis, I think the judges saw that, I think this bloke is going to win the championship. And look, he did at the end of the day. All these casuals are saying that Strickland got robbed and whatever. Look, man, you can't decide who won the fight. Like at most, you could even say it was a draw. You could have scored it as a draw.
I think,
I feel du Plessis fairly won this fight.
Yeah, it was a split decision, but I think it could have been a draw. It could have been.
It was that razor close.
Yeah,
it was that razor close, man.
But everyone's saying all about the controversial. It was robbed, this and that. Yeah. For me, I can't say anything, but look, you got to give credit to Dracus du Plessis. He worked his ass off. He got to the stage that he wanted to become a champion. He beat one of the best from Robert Whittaker as well before he versus Sean Strickland. And he did, that was like the toughest fight for himself against Sean Strickland.
And now he's 7 fight wins in a row in the UFC.
Yeah.
It's just adding to that record, man.
And I said it before last week, like I was very surprised that he was versing Robert Whittaker, one of the best Australian fighters of all time, and he did beat him. But Robert Whittaker, like,
He'd beat easy. He caught him out after the fight.
So he actually did.
He'll beat him easy.
He will verse Israel, I don't know where, somewhere down the track, maybe end of the year. But to me, my opinion, I think Sean Strickland should get his rematch clause.
They were saying at 300.
To be fair, I think he should get his rematch.
Yeah, I'd love to see a rematch. But they were saying 300 between Izzy and DDP. That's what they were saying. I don't know if considering if you saw du Plessis' face, from his words, I look like a cauliflower. That's what. Did you watch the press conference?
Yeah, I did.
Someone asked him about, are you going to fight UFC 300 between Izzy? He's like, that would be a great matchup. He's like, he wants to recover and whatever, but he looks like a cauliflower right now. If you see his face, man, bust that up.
His face was like really bad, swollen eye, everything.
Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about UFC 300. Dana White announced Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway for the BMF belt. What do you think, Anthony?
I don't like it, to be honest. Justin Gaethje is a good fighter, but for Max Holloway, going for that BMF.
So Max Holloway is moving up in the division. He's moving up to lightweight now. Look, Justin Gaethje is a killer, man.
He's a dangerous fighter.
But Max Holloway does have a chin on him. So who knows how this fight turns out.
I think it's going to be an easy fight for Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje has more experience on him. And look, Max Holloway too, they're both becoming legends very soon.
Future Hall of Famers.
Future Hall of Famers. But I don't see Max Holloway going to win against Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
You can't beat Justin Gaethje.
Especially
Justin Gaethje is one of the best.
And he's in his own division, man.
Exactly.
And Justin Gaethje is trying to go for that championship too. Don't forget how we knocked out Poirier.
Yeah, that was very surprising too.
Max Holloway, the only thing I'll give Max Holloway is his constant pressure and his chin. He's the best boxer in the UFC.
Absolutely.
So, like, rightfully so, it should be for the BMF belt too.
Yeah, I think they deserve it, but for Max Holloway, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, man.
It's not for his level yet.
But
because Justin Gaethje is too strong.
He's too strong. But that isn't even the main event. That's not the main event, Anthony.
So what's the main event?
Dana White hasn't confirmed the main event. But
this is
frustrating. Anthony. But. So at UFC 297, Dana White gets asked the question. All right, this is off topic, but on topic in a way.
Okay.
Gets asked the question about Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler at International Fight Week.
Okay.
He gets asked the question, is that confirmed? Dana White shuts it down. He says no, right?
Okay.
But the UFC 300 main event hasn't been announced yet. He's going to announce it tomorrow.
Is crazy, man.
Hold on, Anthony. I've got a theory. Scrap everything I said last week about a double header between two title fights as a co-main and the main. Scrap all that. Scrap what I said. Don't worry about what I said. My theory is he's going to announce this fight tomorrow.
What?
And look, Dana White's not going to let Conor McGregor just announce a fight at International Fight Week. You know what I mean? He's not just going to let him say, all right, announce International Fight Week. I feel like they're pulling a WWE here about see how they try to deceive the fans with the CM Punk return.
Correct.
Towards the end of the show, how we got Randy Orton, we got him returning. All the fans were satisfied about Randy Orton returning, and how we just got CM Punk. I feel like this is a similar situation here.
So what's going to happen?
I feel like it's deception. So Dana White's told McGregor to announce that he's going to be fighting at International Fight Week, as well as Michael Chandler at 185. I feel like he's running with that story. So that way, when he announces Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor at UFC 300, the fans will lose their shit. I'm telling you.
I can't wait for
Mark my words. So it's going to be Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler at UFC 300. You mark my words.
I hope that happens. You know, I've been saying it for months. After the Ultimate Fighter, after all that controversial with Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler as well. But if you're saying UFC 300 that Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, that's going to happen, I pray to God. I kid you not. I pray to God this fight is going to happen. I'm praying that this will happen. So every fan that's going to witness that this is going to be the biggest fight in a century.
100%.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
It'll be a big fight. You got to give McGregor 300. You have to. I've always been saying that. But the way Dana White shut down that reporter, he had it with a smirk on his face. And he started smiling.
Yeah.
Surely he's planning to bring McGregor to UFC 300. Surely it has to be in the plans.
Yes.
Like it can't be otherwise.
Look, I agree with you, but I know you're a big Conor McGregor fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Michael Chandler. Yeah. Okay. But I know the outcome is Michael Chandler's going to end Conor McGregor.
Regardless of the result.
Yeah, regardless with the result.
I want McGregor
Everyone knows that Michael Chandler is going to defeat Conor McGregor. Look, how much does Conor McGregor have? How much he has in his tank?
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah.
I know he achieved and he's accomplished everything and he became a double champ as well. Yeah. But I can see Michael Chandler's going to end him for sure. Look, I want to leave everyone in the comments that if Michael Chandler's going to defeat Conor McGregor or not, I don't know yet, but I know Michael Chandler is going to beat him.
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. I am the biggest McGregor fan.
Yeah, I know.
I will take a look. I've got it everywhere here. But look, I've said in the past that it's going to be a hard challenge for McGregor.
It is a tough task.
But I'm going to back my boy. I'm going to back McGregor to win.
You can back your boy. I respect that. But Michael Chandler is going to
But look, I hope to see this at 300. I know all the fans want to see at 300.
We're all waiting to see what's going to happen.
Even if it's not a title fight. It's fine.
Look, it doesn't matter, but we know what
Imagine it'll make up for it. It'll make up for the shit card that UFC 300 is.
Yeah.
Like it's not shit. It's good in a way.
Yeah. But you want to see good main fighters, good fighters to be on a good card.
But I reckon you give Dana White a job at Uber Eats because he's about to deliver. He's about to deliver the news of the century. The news of the century. I'm telling you, man. UFC 300 is about to be bonkers. You're gonna have McGregor Chandler as the main event. You're gonna have who has the co-main? You got Wally. You got the two Chinese fighters. Sorry. Co-main is the BMF fight, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway.
Yeah.
And you got the Chinese fighters, Wei Li, for the title.
That's going to be good for that one.
I mean, you got Yuri too. fighting on that card.
Yeah.
You got heaps of fighters on that card too. He will deliver.
Isn't Sugar Sean?
That's 299.
299. Okay.
But I can't wait. I can't wait for Tuesday. It'll be Wednesday here when he announces it.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that announcement.
Hopefully it is the announcement.
So if they announce it, that's going to be bonkers.
But anyways, that's about it for UFC. Let's talk about a bit of boxing. It's come out that Terence Crawford, pound for pound in the welterweight division or in boxing in general, he has come out and said that he wants to face Tim Tszyu. So Crawford's coach, Bernie Davis, has declared Tim Tszyu as most attractive option. So, look, considering he faced Errol Spence last year, he's supposed to fight Errol Spence, I think, in a rematch, but Errol Spence is out with an injury. He's getting surgery, a cataract surgery from his eye. So I think that's out of the window now. That's out of the equation.
Yeah.
So Terence Crawford wants Tim Tszyu. He even said, his coach even went on to say that Tim Tszyu has the better resume in comparison to all the other fighters that he could potentially fight Crawford. I look. What I think about this fight, I think who gains the better advantage here, Tim Tszyu or Terence Crawford, if they were to fight? I'm not too sure. Look, Tim Tszyu will be facing the pound for pound king.
Absolutely, right. Absolutely.
At the same time, Crawford is facing Tim Tszyu. Let's not forget Tim Tszyu's resume right now.
Yeah.
He beat Carlos Ocampo a while back in spectacular fashion. A lot of you go look at it. Go look at Tszyu's resume right now. It's all KOs. So I don't know who this benefits, but no doubt about it, this will be a big fight in boxing.
A big tough fight,
and
I've
heard Saudi Arabia wants to get behind it too. So you already know that
crazy.
they will get that deal done.
Hopefully that will happen. But
yeah, man. So,
but you got to stick with the Aussie own. Like
you got to stick with your Aussie.
Tim Tszyu, like he's actually a tough fighter, man, and best boxer of all time.
But
and he's going to become a champion, world champion, like again.
So look, if he beats Crawford, that would be amazing.
That'll be a good opportunity
for his legacy,
him. Yeah.
For his legacy and his resume, that would smoke anyone that he's ever faced.
He has the best.
Far.
He has the best combinations, man. I love his combinations.
He's a
every time when he fights, he puts a hell of a show for the fans.
Yeah.
And his combinations, like with his jabs, his hooks, his rights, even with the body shots too. Like that's what I love about Tim Tszyu.
Yeah,
because he's following his dad's step. That's why he's going to become pound for pound #1 in the world as well. I reckon he's going to be the best one in Australia.
He will.
Yeah.
If he does beat Terence Crawford, and if that fight happens, but if Crawford beats Tszyu,
that's a big shock as well.
He would be a 3-weight undisputed champion in 3 different
That'll
divisions.
be a big
that
shock
would
too,
add to his legacy even more.
Absolutely.
Considering that he's at the backside of his career. But then even if he passes Tszyu, who do you give him next? Canelo Alvarez? Could he move up another division?
Yeah.
To you know what I mean? So if he beats Canelo, if he faces Canelo, if he beats Tszyu, he beats Canelo, he'd be four-weight division champion. Or further add to his legacy. So is that the end goal for Terence Crawford? I don't know. Could be. But I know Tim Tszyu will stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely he'll get it done. But look, I think that's about it for combat talk for this week,
I
Anthony.
think we should wrap it up,
And let's move on to some football talk.
That's astonishing.
All right, now we're back with some football talk. A bit of news in the Premier League world. We'll get right into it. Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace 0. A much-needed win for Arsenal, especially with their recent performances. Haven't been the best, haven't been up to standards, especially for a team who's in the title race, in the top 4 race. So, as an Arsenal fan, how did you see that? Look, despite us winning 5-0, I still think we can be a bit better. Look, 5 goals, you can't complain. The attack was there against Palace. Martinelli coming on, scoring a brace, back-to-back goals, Trossard on the score sheet. So it's good that our attackers did score, because at the first 2 goals was our defender. So it's a bit worrying when your defender is scoring the goals. It shows that you're lacking a striker. But overall, I don't think it was the worst performance. I think it was like a 6 out of 10 performance, because I honestly think we're still not where we were last year. I still think I've said it from last pod that we're missing that striker. Jesus was good, but sometimes in situations where he's not scoring, I still feel he's a better left winger or right winger. On either side would be fine, but look, it was a good performance. Like I said, there's nothing I can complain about. Raya, I think it was his best performance this year since joining the club. I'm not a big fan of Raya. I've always admired Ramsdale over him as a keeper, as the number 1 keeper.
Good.
He did play good. He started the 3rd goal, the one that led to Trossard's goal. So look, we're back in the title race, still on. Liverpool 1, we'll get onto that shortly.
But yeah, it's a good day to be an Arsenal fan. Back in the title race. Now Champions League's coming soon in 2-3 weeks. So the main thing, we keep on winning so we can get that confidence head into Porto in round 16.
Yeah, with the Champions League coming up, it's going to be a big game. And, you want to be filled with confidence, getting wins. Next week, who do you guys have? Nottingham Forest away, which is a tough place to go. So
they just won in the FA Cup.
So it was a must-needed win for Arsenal. The fans are already starting to question whether Arteta is the man, whether he has, the ability to go one step further in the Premier League, to really take Arsenal to, now they're in a good position, but to take Arsenal to that next level where Real Madrid are, Bayern Munich are, Barcelona are. So it's a win they needed, but they just got to keep it up.
Because now we're 2 points behind Liverpool. Sorry, they just won, so now they're 5 points ahead of us. City's tied points with us, so a win for City will put them 2 points behind Liverpool. I think they are 2 points behind Liverpool. So then we got them in 3 weeks. So if we were to beat Liverpool, we'll close the gap to 2, and then if City win, they go on top of them. Look, so it's very close.
It's very close. You look at it now: City, Arsenal, Liverpool,
Villa. They're in the talk.
Yeah,
Spurs too.
They're in the talk, but late they've been a bit not on form, I'd say. Spurs, you got to say they're still in it. But so yeah, the title.
Let's talk about Liverpool. They just won today against Bournemouth 4-0. Jota 2 goals, Darwin Núñez 2 goals. Jota got an assist. So yeah, they're looking good. I expected more from Bournemouth actually, because they've been on some form in recent months. And Solanke didn't have the best of game. The defense has normally been structured well in their recent run of form. It wasn't a good performance for Bournemouth, but Liverpool, they looked the real deal.
It looked like Liverpool were on it that day. And
no Salah
we still haven't seen Liverpool at their best. And that game, without Salah, they looked very clinical. Darwin Núñez with 2, Jota with 2. And Liverpool, as I said, they haven't been the best this season, but they're winning games. Now they're starting to keep a lot of clean sheets. They're tied with Arsenal with 8. And I just feel now they're starting to really click. And surprisingly, as I said, without Salah, Jota, man, these past few weeks, he's been amazing. He came off, 2 weeks ago, he came off on the bench. He got a goal. Last week, or the previous game week, he came off the bench, had 25 minutes, 2 assists. This time he had 90 minutes, 2 goals, 1 assist. And again, Jota is a very good player. Again, he struggled to find that consistency where he's always starting. Again, I've noticed
injuries too.
I noticed he always has this period in his Liverpool career where in that season he's shining. He gets a moment where he just scores and gets assists, but then again it'll come to a point where he gets dropped and he just again goes back to where he was, goes back to hiding. So it was a big win for Liverpool. They needed it. Again, remain on top. And
no Salah as well, and he's just got
he's
injured.
Picked up an injury now in the AFCON. Apparently, he's came back to Liverpool to get some treatment, and he could miss the next 2 games if Egypt do qualify for the next stage.
I'm hearing news that he could be available, possible semi-finals if Egypt were to make it.
If they do go far, so
it's in a way a win and lose situation for Liverpool, because of course he's out to semi-finals at least, but if Egypt were to get out, he'll still be injured, but maybe Liverpool will be, making sure the training and the physio is much quicker.
They'd be reluctant to start him.
Egypt?
No.
Liverpool?
Liverpool, if he was fit, because as I said, as you've said now,
they've got Chelsea and Arsenal
They've got the AFCON, and now he's injured. So even if they go semis, he can't play for even if they don't go semis, he can't play for Liverpool. So against Salah now, with him being injured, I don't think it should be a concern, because you look at how they played
without him
this morning. They were fantastic. So it's a positive that they still managed to score goals, produce goals without him. But again, if it was for a longer period, it could have probably affected them. But it's
the next 2 games, like I've said, it's between Chelsea and Arsenal, and these 2 games I think is really crucial to if I think they're gonna win the Premier League title. If we were to lose against them, I think title race will be done.
Yeah.
Because that will put 8 points behind them. It'll be a massive gap. I'm not saying it will be over. Look what happened to us. Perfect lead.
You were 8 points, I think,
Man City came back, so it's not over. Liverpool could have that. But really, Liverpool haven't really had that period this season where they're really struggling.
Yeah.
We went through it recently. Manchester City went through it where they had 1 in 4 games. So
Tottenham went through it.
So Liverpool, it might come soon, maybe towards the end of the season, where they don't want to drop form, but that's when it's when it's going to hit.
That's a good point. Liverpool haven't really had a bad.
They haven't.
They've been
one loss this whole year.
They've been quite consistent.
One loss.
And again, when they have that period, or if they do have that period, that's when the likes of City, Arsenal, Villa, Spurs need to pounce on that and try and close the gap. But all right, Man United now, back to them. They've appointed a new CEO named Omar Barada. He was Man City's chief executive officer until he recently exited, meaning United pounced for him, got the deal done. And look, as a United fan, with now Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos taking over, that's the first good move. You know, we had Ed Woodward in charge, and we had
I forgot about him.
Ed Woodward in charge. Then I can't remember the other guy's name. Then of course now Omar Barada, which is a very good move. You know, the football side of things has always been a problem for Man United, and you look at how City are right now, dominating football, the best team in the world. Won a treble last year, 3 Premier League titles in a row currently, and look, he was part of that, and it's a good sign knowing that you've got someone who's coming from a winning culture, who's won Premier League titles. Not necessarily he's won them, but he's been behind the scenes doing that, operating
City success.
Operating the club, and you need someone like that who goes out, tries to get the good players, make deals. So it's a very good move. So far, finally we get something fresh into the club, some positiveness into the club, because again, it's been tough this season, very inconsistent. We've had some dark moments, and now again with Sir Jim Ratcliffe having his part in the club, it's refreshing. We get to see a new side of things. Hopefully he can do with the footballing side of things, do with everything with fixing the stadium, recruiting the right players, getting the proper scouts to recruit those players, because again, the Glazers, we've had them for years, and again, they were in it for the money. They never knew how to run the football club from the footballing side of things, even from a financial part. They were terrible. So again, it's very good that we've got those people into the club. And again, this is the first step to hopefully what can be a successful run for Man United.
And get the Glazers out too, maybe.
Yeah, right now they're not going to go because Sir Jim Ratcliffe only took 25%, and it's going to be a process, I feel, to take him out. But now that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is focusing on the footballing side of things, which is the main thing. That's what we need to deal with. And then eventually, I think once he fixes all that, then I feel he will deal with all the debt they got to pay, try and get the finance of the club right, and then everything else will start to flow. But the main thing, we need the club to be doing well. We need the club to be winning games, winning trophies, because that's how the revenue comes, the money comes. Then you can, again, start paying off everything that you need to cover.
You have to start somewhere.
Then the whole club will restart. That's it. Everything's done. You move on, and look, it's good. It's good, and hopefully United can, use the presence of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Ineos, new owners, just to motivate them, push them. It's a brand new start, brand new chapter, and where it can take us. It can lead us to trophies, not short term, no, but probably in the long term, yes, we can start to see United back to their great glory. So it's good to see Man United. Just a quick rundown of that appointment, but we move on to now Cristiano Ronaldo, who said a few things about the French league.
After the award he won.
He basically goes, the Saudi Pro League is better than in the French league, Ligue 1. So what do you think about that?
In a way, I kind of agree with him. Maybe at this current stage, he probably does have a point, because you look at it, only Mbappe is probably the biggest star in that competition right now. Yeah, you got a few of decent players. You got Lacazette. You've got a few PSG players, Donnarumma.
And the competition's not the best there too.
It's not quite competitive. It's always PSG winning the competition, and you might have one team every year competing with them. So, and you look at the Saudi League right now. You've got the best players in the competition. I know Benzema might be leaving the club he's at right now. You got Ronaldo, you got Mane.
Neymar.
I feel Mane and Ronaldo are enjoying their time in the Saudi League. Neymar injured. You got Mitrovic, top goal scorer in the competition. Brozovic. So the list goes on. It's really right now competitive league, and as opposed to the French league, which French league is me personally, I've never even rated it, even when Messi was there, when Zlatan Zlatan too, because it was always them winning the competition.
If you think about PSG, PSG are the only ones that are always, winning it.
Yeah.
But you look at Saudi Pro League, you got Al Nassr, Al Ittihad.
Yeah.
You got Al Nassr. You got Al Ittifaqi, whatever.
Yeah, Steven Jeter.
Yeah. But yeah, they got good teams that are always fighting for that top spot. Right now, I think it's Al Nassr. Not Al Nassr.
It's Mitrovic's team.
No, Al Nassr who's first. Neymar's team, I think.
No, that's not Al Nassr. That's Ronaldo's team. Al Nassr.
Oh, Al Hilal. Sorry, Neymar plays for. Sorry. Al Nassr's first. So, look, of course, we don't watch the Pro League.
Yeah.
But again, they've recruited big players. They're paying them big money. We've got N'Golo Kante's there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel it can be a league where it will be a solid league.
Jordan Henderson's left. Benzema wants to leave. So what is it about? And don't forget, Mahrez has signed for the Saudi League too.
Yeah.
But is there going to come a time where
it might end or might all stop?
Players, I reckon, will stay at the club maybe 1-2 years, get the money they want because, of course, they're big contracts. And then they've got that money. They've got enough money for their family, for the future when they retire footy. Because most of these players are at an age where they're going to retire soon.
Yeah.
So maybe there's going to be a time, 2 years, they're going to go to the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, and Saudi will go back down to where it was before.
Because think of it, it happened with China. China, Japan,
China
they'll take on all the players. And now you look at it, Saudi's doing the same thing.
Because you had Hulk went there.
I was going to sneeze.
Hulk went there.
Yeah.
You had Oscar went there. I said Bale, but Bale was linked to there multiple times, even Ronaldo a few times. So Saudi, it's a very attractive offer for any player to go there. But for young players, I don't think they'll join. But for players, look, all the players, like I've said, they're at old age. So I think maybe when players want to come back to the Premier League or La Liga, there's going to be other players that want bigger money, bigger contract, and they'll go to the Saudi League. So in a way, it could lose interest from players, but again, same way it could not. It could still remain the same.
Look, the league, the development of it, it's growing slowly, and whether that's going to continue to go, whether that will stop completely, just how China did when they were recruiting those players. Look, I guess time will tell. But again, I'm happy with the development of it. It looks like a competitive league with the likes of Ronaldo and all those players we've mentioned. So, it's. As I said, the development is growing, and it just takes time to get to where they want to be.
I don't know what happens behind the scenes, of course, but I have a feeling that Ronaldo's going to say Al Nassr was probably one of his favourite clubs he's been at.
He might say
I don't know why, because, look, you don't know what happens, like I said, in the behind the clubs, in his personal life. Is he enjoying it there? Is he just, like, acting to, like, just an act on his face? But there's something about him, I feel, compared to his time at United, he's going to say, I enjoy my time at Al Nassr compared to any other team he's been to. I don't know. I've got this feeling. But again, at the end of the day, we're not going to know how he actually feels. But from a fan view, what I'm seeing, it looks like he's enjoying his time.
Yeah, it looks like he's enjoying it. But on your point, like, he's been to Madrid, he's been to Man United, his first thing. So he's, of course, I think, of course, he's going to love those clubs more because he's won more with them, bigger trophies.
But I mean, in a different way,
you could say
might feel... You know what I mean? Not like trophy-wise, but in another point of view.
You could say that. But look, the Saudi League's doing good. They're on the right path, and we'll see where that leads. So that's a wrap-up for Football Talk, and we'll go with the boys to wrap up the podcast. All right, that's a wrap-up to the Touchline Podcast, episode 58. Great talk, boys, as usual. I got through all the talks we usually do. And make sure you leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe. On our road to 800 subs, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And
we're close to 1,000 subs.
Close there. So
Let's go to the skydiving.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys soon.